You know what your actual age is, of course, but did you ever wonder about your mental age? We've got 10 fun questions to help you discover more about yourself. Remember to take this quiz with a pinch of salt. It's just a bit of fun, but it can reveal some really interesting things about you. We are very excited to show you our new platform, The Premium. Get early access to thousands of videos from your favorite channels, including The Taco, The Things, The Trendy, and The Richest. It's all in one place and ad-free browsing. Sign up for The Premium for free and get ready to binge watch just one more video. If this is your first time visiting our channel, make sure you subscribe. And while you're at it, check out our latest addition to the family. The Trendy is a cool channel for teenagers. Now, we've got 10 questions to test your mental age. Ready? Let's go. How do you feel about your birthday? Our first question is all about birthdays. But before we get onto that, let's start with a quick rundown of how this quiz works. You'll want to note down your answers, so have your phone or a pen and paper close at hand. We'll ask a question and give you a choice of 3 answers. These are multiple choice questions, named A, B, and C. Pick the one that you're drawn to first. Try not to think about it too much. We tend to reveal more about ourselves when we let our instincts guide. Remember, this is meant to be a fun quiz. We're not claiming to be psychologists, but some of your answers might just surprise you, and you might learn some revealing things about yourself. Note down whether you choose A, B, or C each time. So now it's time for the first question. In your opinion, birthdays are A, something to ignore, thank you very much, B, a time to get the family together, or C, the perfect excuse to party. Have you chosen your answer? Great! Throughout this quiz, we're going to give you 3 different statements to choose from. Each of them typically corresponds to a certain age group. We're not going to tell you what your answers reveal about your mental age until the very end though. So let's move on to the second question. What's your opinion of social media? Most of us have a strong opinion about social media. You might love it or loathe it. It might be totally indispensable to you or not even a feature in your life, and that can reveal a lot about your mental age. So let's get on to our question and your 3 choices of answers. Do you find social media A, confusing and or boring, B, helpful but too distracting, or C, essential? Remember to go with your gut reaction. Chances are you're pretty clear on your view when it comes to this question. If you are a social media user, it's also interesting to think about which particular social media channel is your favorite. Think of this as a little bonus question. We're not keeping score on this one, but it's worth probing this topic further just for fun. Do you love connecting with old school friends on Facebook? Or is Twitter your go-to app to keep with current affairs? Perhaps Instagram is at the top of your list to check each morning because you want to see what your favorite celebrities have been doing. What do you think that says about you? Take a moment to think about what role social media plays in your life and whether you're happy with that or if you'd like to make some changes. What's your favorite method of communication? While we're on the subject of social media, this next question involves that area too. But question 3 is specifically to do with how you most commonly get in touch with people. Unless you're a hermit or you've shut yourself away from the world, you communicate with friends, family, colleagues, and acquaintances on a daily basis. And we're interested in finding out what method of communication you prefer. So let's discover your answer to that question. How do you best like to make contact with others? Choose from A, letters really are the best, B, a text message or phone call, or C, social media, Snapchat, or anything on my device. Note down your answer and then take a moment to think about all the different people in your life. Are there some people who prefer to contact you in a different way to others? Do your grandparents love to send you handwritten cards and letters? While your parents usually drop you a text, and your friends hit you up on Messenger. This is a great opportunity to consider how you extend your methods of communication to connect with certain people in the ways they like best. Perhaps you could try something new and make their day. Very few of us limit ourselves to just one way of keeping in touch, but it's always a great idea to keep pushing the boundaries and having new experiences. What do you think about the age of the current president or prime minister? Whenever there's any question to do with politics, it can be polarizing, but we're not asking you about your opinion of how your current number 1 in power goes about the job of running the country. Party alliances and political leanings can't be categorized in relation to age, but we're asking you about your leader, and we want to focus on your thoughts about the age of that person. Try to put aside your personal opinion about the rest of their personality. We know it's hard, so let's get right to it and ask you what you think about the age of your current president president or prime minister? A, too young. B, age doesn't matter. I'm more interested in policies. Or C, too old. Of course, age isn't the most important aspect of a leader, but our thoughts about their age can reveal insights into how we view the world and our place in it. It can also provide information about how we feel in relation to the political system. It's a natural instinct to want to be led by someone who is like us, who is similar to us not only in terms of beliefs, but also in terms of their place in time. Did they grow up with similar cultural experiences to us, or are they part of a much older or younger generation? If your leader is much older or younger than you, this might make you feel a disconnect. What's your favorite type of TV show? After that heavy question, let's lighten things up a bit and move on from politics to entertainment. And most of us enjoy a particular type of TV show. Sure, many of us watch all kinds of different stuff, but we're pretty sure you have a favorite category. What do you set up to record? What do you look forward to the most? If it's too hard to think in general terms, picture your favorite series. Perhaps you love real-life shows about nature, or history, or politics. Or perhaps you get really excited for every season of Game of Thrones. You love the drama and the intelligent escapism. Or maybe you're all about keeping up with the Kardashians. You just want to slump in front of the television and be entertained by the crazy antics of celebrities. Don't be shy to admit what you truly love. Nobody's judging, and nobody needs to know what answer you choose for this question, or any question in this quiz for that matter. So here are your 3 choices when it comes to your favorite kind of TV series. A, documentaries. B, dramas. C, reality shows. If your actual favorite show doesn't fall under any of these categories, then simply think about which of these 3 we've mentioned you like best. What would you do if you won the lottery? Whether you call it lotto, the lottery, or there's a different way of winning cash in your country, this question is all about coming into a large amount of money unexpectedly. There are no ties, just loads of cash that's yours to spend. Winning the lottery would be a dream come true for pretty much anyone, right? But what sets us apart is what we do with all that cash, and how we view wealth can tell us a lot about our mental age. Of course, attitudes toward money aren't just dictated by our mental age. Personal experience, social standing, family history, and cultural factors all play a huge part in our relationship with money. But let's strip it right down and see what we can learn about our mindset by asking ourselves the question, what would you do if you won the lottery? A, get the gutter fixed, then put the rest aside for a rainy day. B, pay off the mortgage and clear all debts. Or C, go on a shopping spree, party hard, and treat my friends. If you find it too difficult to imagine receiving a huge sum of money, think instead about getting a generous bonus at work. Would you A, save it, B, pay off your credit card, or C, blow it on a night out? What are your hobbies? How we spend our downtime says a lot about us. There are certain hobbies that are associated with particular age groups. So if you're partaking in an activity that's more typical of a different generation, perhaps your mental age is more in line with that group. Of course, we appreciate that people have many hobbies and can have a wide range of interests. We've grouped together a few hobbies in each option. It might be confusing if your favorites are spread across the multiple choices. So in the context of this question, focus on your number 1 hobby. If you could only do one, which would it be? Let's get to the 3 options now. What are your hobbies? A, crafts, gardening, and card games. B, running, cooking, and yoga. Or C, gaming, partying, and extreme sports. Now, take a moment to think about how you spend your spare time, and if you find it truly fulfilling. Consider trying out something new if you're not totally happy with your current hobbies, or encourage friends and family to join in if you really love your activities. No matter what your mental or chronological age, there's always time to do something different. What's your favorite drink? We all go through life having different favorites at different times. It might even be the case that your go-to drink changes depending on the time of day or the day of the week. Perhaps you always need to start your morning with a coffee, but actually prefer to sip on a can of soda for the rest of the day. Or maybe you drink a lot of water throughout the day during the week, but treat yourself to a soda at the weekend when you order takeout. We get that it's difficult to sum up your preferences in one reductive multiple choice question, but that's what we're asking you to do. And remember, this is just a fun way to learn a bit more about your mental age. You might be in your 40s, but still think like a 20-something. Or you might be in your early 30s, but already have a mindset of people past retirement age. Let's see if this question helps shed any light on that for you. So here we go. What's your favorite beverage? A, a hot drink, because you can't beat a relaxing cup of tea or coffee. B, water, because it's the sensible option. Or C, a soda, because it tastes so good. Which snack would you choose? Naturally, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of factors that go into making up your mental age. But we're trying out these 10, and we're sticking with ones that are fairly natural to answer. Rather than really obscure topics, we're looking at things that most of us do every day, like contacting other people, watching TV, drinking, and eating. And it's that last one, eating, that we're zooming in on now, with our penultimate question. Sure, we all know what we should be eating more of, and what we should be cutting down on, but we want to know what you're actually snacking on. Don't forget, nobody's judging you, so be totally honest. The more open you are with these questions, the more insight you'll get into your true mental age. And then perhaps you might decide to make some changes, or you'll be reminded of how happy and comfortable you are being you. So now, let's get to the choices in response to our question about which snack would you choose? A. An apple. After all, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. B. I'm too busy making other people snacks to eat them myself. C. An ice cream. I'm all about instant gratification. Forget about the consequences. How old do you feel? This final question is the crux of the issue. You might be 18 in chronological age, but have the mindset of a senior citizen. Or you might have reached the age of 60 years old, but still feel like a teenager in your head. So here's the question. How old do you feel? And how much more do you think your mind can grow? A. I feel like I've learned pretty much everything I'm going to need. B. I feel like I'm in the middle of my life. Or C. I feel like I'm just starting out, full of responsibilities. And that's it. Now, let's move on to the results. Add up how many A's, B's, and C's you have noted down. If you chose mostly A's, you have the mental age of a senior citizen. It's a generalization, of course, but people with a mindset typical of this age group tend to prefer more old-fashioned things, like writing letters rather than being on social media, watching documentaries, and sipping a cup of tea. If you choose mostly B's, you have the mental age of a 30 or 40-something-year-old. You're often doing the sensible thing and looking out for others. If you choose mostly C's, you have the mental age of a teenager or 20-something. You love to party, drink, and eat junk, watch reality TV, and live much of your life via social media. Be sure to share this quiz with your friends and compare your answers. What is your mental age? Let us know in comments, and please give this video a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching.